If you are any sort of fantasy fans, this is a must-read manga. I have read dozens of mangas in my life, so I know when I feel something special in a story. The mangaka took advantage of the full page turning. There are action scenes that are very dynamic and really well done. The storyline is very interesting with many twists and turns, which made me want to read more. Overall, I enjoyed this book very much. Fantasy and a fantasy is a very interesting and intense genre. There are a lot of fantasy genres in the world, and this is why we have a list of top 10 fantasy mangas that you must read. Number 10. Reborn 80,000 Years. This is the kind of cliffhanger almost every chapter story you want to binge when it has hundreds of chapters. A generation of strong stars, Stardust, died at the hands of the villain and fell accidentally. When I woke up, I had been sleeping for 80,000 years. Things have changed. The four adopted sons have already become the strongmen of the continent. A wild dog that has been saved has become the supreme demon king. That child, it is said 40,000 years ago, overcame common customs and became supreme, observing the small sorrows of tens of thousands of years ago, one by one. Yang Chen feels that Yalishan is great. This is a little loaded too. And if you like this kind of story, then you'll definitely love this one, honestly. I recommend it. Number 9. Egret DMC is one of the kindest souls I've ever seen. It's super high quality, recommending you to read this because it's great. A great sage that knows how to use all four elements woke up in a bloody? Was it bloody? I mean, it depends. Let's think about it. If so, okay, let's call it bloody. In a bloody body of a prince, Judas Lumberjam. I don't want to give up living with people. Also, this manga has like 35 chapters. Yes, of course, it is good. If you enjoy art and story, then overall it's a very solid webtoon with a unique storyline. Number 8. Shinsusword. I see. This webtoon is about the Musung. A young worker at a restaurant dreams of winning the heart of So Yeon, the youngest daughter of a renowned family. He decides to become Shinsu Blade, a term coined after a convicted swordsman who placed beauty above everything. By a chance of luck, Musung gains a handbook written by a legendary master and receives an unknown power. I love it! Never expected it to be this good. It's pretty similar to Lightning Degree, but the MC doesn't have a master. Instead, he has a body that quickly adapts to martial arts. At first, he was weak and needs to rely on tactics, and slightly getting stronger, and bam! Quick growth. It's a pretty good read, to be honest. Number 7. Rise of the Demon King. Pretty cool, eh? The story is pretty normal. It is a really slow one. I mean, the start is pretty slow, but when it gets going, it's pretty interesting. And sadly, the story is so slow for me. Also, instead of him going and doing things on his own, people really just hold his hand, but he seems to be really powerful. This is a man with an awe-inspiring demonic aura. For the sake of his beloved girl, he doesn't hesitate to become the enemy of the world and slaughter gods along the way. Different blood and legend, same passion and emotion. The Demon God Guard, where are you? It's really worth watching, to be honest. Number 6. Deadbeat Hero. First off, I like this manga a lot. Obviously, it has less chapters because it's just, yeah. It's a recent release, no wonder. I don't think it is a bad thing, although it's a bit disappointing since even the art style and the character design is like the exact same. But anyway, it's really, really good. Na Gangam has been a jobless deadbeat for years, leeching off his poor old mom. But one day he suddenly decides that he's going to start being a good son starting the next day. And it leads to a lot of things happening. Overall, it's a pretty good one, so I recommend it for sure. Number 5. Martial God Asura. This is actually a very good manga. The young Chu Fang was always seen as an insult to the Chu family due to his weak physique. One day he decides he's had enough of it, and in order to reclaim his father's name and save his mother, he decides to get stronger no matter what. It's so good, and the story is so amazing, and it's something that we all probably at least once wished for. Overall, it's a pretty good one, and I enjoyed reading it. Number 4, Phantom Spirit King. Very cool, very nice. I enjoyed it very much. In a world where the Murim world of the past continued on to modern day, after the killer of Phantom Spirit King disappeared without a trace, the Murim spent its days peacefully. One day, a drug that enhances the inner strength of martial arts appeared. And just in time, the Phantom Spirit King who had disappeared showed himself. Then the Murim that was peaceful plunged into the vortex of chaos once again. I think it's worth the read, but it probably won't be the most mind-blowing thing you've ever seen. But it's really worth the read, to be honest. Number 3, How to Live as a Villain. DMC does what he feels needed and is an absolute beast. He isn't full of himself in a way that feels fake and is not the pure evil kind of villain. The characters are good enough to feel that the story writing and the storyline itself put in enough effort. And the story has a lot of potential too. You have been chosen as a player in the great game to select the next god's successor. The mission. Congratulations! Seung-hoon has suddenly fallen into another world to participate in a game to become a god. This other world that is akin to that of a game contains players who cooperate and also kill each other in cold blood. Seung-hoon, a person without an ounce of talent, uses wicked and crude tricks to become an all-powerful player. I love solo leveling and it will forever be my favorite, but I love this manga as well just as much as solo leveling. It's definitely recommended. Number 2, the ghostly Doc. She, the guild chief of the modern hidden clan, good at medical voodoo and assassination, was treated as a perverted talent in the eyes of the world. After an accidental death, she is reborn in a disfigured girl. Was her identity changed? Was returning to the family hopeless? Identity could be abandoned, the family could be given up. But if I did not, revenge. Wait. I wouldn't revenge. I will avenge the person who had harmed the predecessor. Could I be worthy of the name of the talented doctor? Once the storm awoken, the heroes would be fighting for hegemony. Let's see how she went to the world in a red dress with a sword challenging a group of heroes. If you're bored or don't know what to do, just keep reading. Number 1, Spare Me, Great Lord. Actually, you know what? No, it's actually kind of, it's almost as good as every other manga I've ever read. As a superpower awoke, everyone was sparing no effort to cultivate. Lu Shu was the only one who could get stronger by collecting others' negative feelings and calling people names. All he ever wanted was to protect his little sister, but no one could resist the trend of the world. Well, he just did what he had to do and thus became the strongest. Are you ready to welcome the super demon Lu Shu? A splendid manhwa with awesome characters and great story, and the art is also very good. Worth the time to read. Manga, honestly, best manga I've ever read. I have all the elements. A story for me. It's got it all. It's literally got it all. A good story and a good pace and great characters. I recommend it wholeheartedly. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy the video. More parts are coming, so stay tuned. If you do, give this video a like and share it with your friends and family, and also subscribe for more Top 10. Stay safe and take care. My name is Zita Khan, and I'm the voice of the voiceless. See you next time.